If you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna tell me, Murray, you're lying. Hey guys, so welcome to this new video. It's a beautiful day today here in Dublin, Ireland. The sun is shining, it's not really cold. I've seen people wearing t-shirts and shorts, so I'm really excited. We're probably gonna go on a walk later today. One thing we've learned since we've moved here is that when it's nice out, you should take advantage of it right now, because it never lasts, so you never know what you're gonna get, you know, in the next couple hours. So just enjoy the sun while it lasts. So anyways, before I go on my little walk, I want to film this video to tell you about a few things that I've stopped buying to save money. So you probably understand by now that I live in Dublin, Ireland. We are renting here, so the rent is crazy. It's a crazy market, let me tell you. And so a huge chunk of our budget goes into the rent, sadly. But we are trying to save for, you know, grown-up stuff. So like a house, traveling, a few other things, retirement. So I have a few strategies in place, and one of them is to stop buying a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to tell you all about this in today's video. Just before we start, I just want to say that I think when you go on your money saving journey, it's very important to implement frugal habits and a frugal lifestyle. So that means that pretty much you are thinking about what you're spending. You're not spending it on things that you don't actually need, you know, all that sort of things. It's really important to keep all that in mind, because otherwise it's just gonna make your, you know, journey kind of difficult, at least in my opinion and in my experience. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that I stopped buying, or pretty much stopped buying, is makeup. I don't really wear makeup anymore. I wear makeup pretty much maybe once a week or once every other week. The days that you see me like on YouTube are the days that I wear makeup. I usually wear it on the weekend just because I kind of like it and I want to like use up my makeup and it's fun. So like, but I don't wear it on a daily basis. I don't like to, and I don't really care to be honest. Like I go to work, well, I don't go to work right now, but when we went to the office, I wouldn't really wear makeup. So it's not really something that I use, you know, every day. And I used to, and when I used to wear makeup every day, I would spend so much money on makeup. And there was also, you know, it was trendy to buy like all the new makeup palettes or whatever new makeup, whatever the trend was, whatever the new makeup product was, you know, it was trendy to go and buy it. So at one point in my life, I was kind of like this, but I'm not anymore. And my makeup collection is actually very small now. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I've had for years now and that I love, and I don't want to replace them. They're gonna last me probably another 20 years, to be honest, because I don't really use them up that much. And I don't feel the need to have 20 palettes of the same nude colors or variations of the same nude colors. You know, I'm really happy with the brown I'm wearing right now, and I don't really care to have anything else. I have just a little bit of foundation. Like I just have the few main makeup products that you would need to do such a basic makeup like I'm wearing right now. So yeah, I don't feel the need to buy any makeup products really, but also because I don't wear makeup that much, I don't need to replace the ones that I have that often. So I think the last makeup product I bought was my foundation, and that was probably end of 2019. I haven't bought anything else since. So as you can see, I don't spend any money really on makeup anymore. Now, the second thing I don't really buy anymore is skincare products. So let me explain, because I think you need a little bit of background to understand kind of where I'm coming from with this. So when I was in my 20s, well, I'm still in my 20s, but when I was in my early 20s, which now I'm not anymore, I had really bad acne. I had really severe acne, and you can still see like the scars on my face. They're not as bad at all as they used to be, but yeah, I had really severe acne for not that long, like not even a year I think, but it was really bad and it was very sudden. And at the time I was trying to, you know, resolve my acne buy natural treatments. I did not want to go on all the medications and all that stuff. I didn't want to put any more, you know, like medication creams and stuff on my face because nothing was really working. I was making it worse. So I went on a like no products journey to let my skin breathe and to kind of let it find its balance again and figure out what was wrong, you know, one thing at a time. So that kind of started my journey of not using that many products. And at the time I also stopped wearing makeup, and I kind of, you know, kept up with that habit of not wearing makeup every day because I actually liked my skin a lot better when I wasn't wearing makeup, because it looked a lot better. Because when you wear makeup, you have to wear moisturizer, you have to cleanse your face, you have to take the makeup off, and all these products were really affecting my skin. So when I stopped wearing makeup, actually I wasn't using that many products anymore, and my skin was a lot better. So I realized the less product I use, the better. Amazing. So that's also really good for your wallet, because the less product you use, the less money you have to spend. So in the same vein, when it comes to all that is like skincare products, it actually was the same. I stopped using moisturizer when I had acne. I know it sounds crazy, but it actually helped my skin so much, because the more moisturizer you wear, the more your skin demands it, and then you enter that never-ending cycle of always having to put it on. At least for me, for my skin, that's how it works. And my skin is actually a lot better, a lot like plumper, and looks a lot healthier when I don't wear moisturizer and all these other products on my face. So there was a time in my life where my skincare routine sort of looked like putting on, so first taking my makeup off, then cleansing my skin, then toning my skin, then putting on a serum, then a moisturizer, then a little sit, and then put on makeup. It's not like this anymore. I don't use anything on my skin anymore. I use a tiny bit of cleanser when I want to take my makeup off, which is, like I said, only when I wear makeup. So that's about once a week or once every 2 weeks. I use a little tiny bit of moisturizer when I wear makeup. So pretty much my skincare routine is linked to when I wear makeup. So that's all I use. I don't use anything else anymore. I don't have like hundreds of different serums. I don't have like 2 different moisturizers. I don't put toner. I don't use any other products anymore. And obviously it's better for my skin because it works for me, but it's a lot better for my finances because all these products are so expensive and they add up, and at the end of the month it's like 100 euros, and I'd rather put that 100 euros into something else. All right, I think I'm gonna make myself some tea. Alright, so I'm back and I have my little tea, and another thing that I stopped buying to save money is actually clothing. So I think in the past 12 to 15 months I've only bought 5 pieces of clothing because I try not to buy any clothes. So the way I kind of work is, first, I don't buy things that I don't need. So if I have, you know, enough pairs of jeans, I don't go and buy a new pair. So that's my number one rule. But then sometimes you do need things. So the way I work is, if I need to replace something, let's say I have, you know, a pair of shorts that doesn't fit me anymore, then I can buy a new pair, because obviously I kind of need to have, you know, like a couple pairs of shorts. That's, you know, okay. Or if I need something that I don't have, like work clothing, or, you know, maybe a new piece of clothing that's, you know, I would really like to have, but I don't have anything like this in my closet, then I'll allow myself to get it, but I'm not gonna go and buy another crop top, or at least, you know, when I'm trying to save, or anything else that I already own, just because I don't need to have 50 pieces of the same type of clothing, you know? So that's kind of how I work. To be honest, I do want to buy more clothes, but if I let myself get into this, I know it's really hard to stop. I used to buy a lot more clothes than I do now because I've always liked, you know, being like trendy and having the last trends, and I just like having cute stuff, and there are lots of cute stuff out there. So it's really hard sometimes not to buy it, and sometimes I'll see like a cute dress on Instagram, and then that's another thing, like I love dresses, and especially summer dresses, but here in Ireland it's not like you can really wear them that much, and you know, it makes me so sad, but the weather here is very changing, and it's I don't even know how to explain it. If anyone knows how to explain the Irish weather, please let me know in the comments. But it changes a lot, and it never gets really hot or really cold. So we do have days that are like summer days, but it's never like 2 months in a row. So I don't have a lot of opportunities to actually wear summer dresses or shorts. You know, at the moment I have maybe a couple pairs of shorts, and that's really all I need unless we go somewhere else, and at the moment we can't really go anywhere anyway. So yeah, so the type of clothing that I like to buy, which is usually summer stuff, I can't really wear here. So that's kind of how I manage to control myself, because I'm not really big on like sweaters and like winter stuff or like fall type of clothes. Yeah, it's just not my thing really. So maybe that's why it makes it a bit easier, but I think, you know, taking into account the weather where you live and like how many times you're actually going to wear what you buy is really important, and can really save you a lot of money. So something else that I stopped buying to save money is shoes. So I don't really like buying shoes to begin with anyways, because my feet are very sensitive and a lot of shoes are very uncomfortable, but you know, I will need shoes someday. But there was a time in my life where I would, you know, go out and buy like 5 pairs of shoes at the same time. That didn't happen a lot, but it happened at least once, and I don't do that anymore, because when you buy that many, out of them there's like maybe one that you really like, and the rest is kind of like, they're like filler shoes, like you don't really like them as much, but you're like, I can afford them, so I'll get them, and that's just a waste of money. And let me tell you, out of these 4 or 5 pairs of shoes that I bought that one time, I never wore like most of them. I think I only wear 1 pair like consistently, but the rest I don't really wear, and they're not very comfortable. So that's another thing, like I try to be practical when I buy something. I don't buy things that like don't fit or are uncomfortable or that don't suit the weather anymore, because I know I'm not going to wear them, and it's just a waste of money that I could use for something else. So yeah, I don't really buy shoes anymore unless I need them. Alright, so the next thing that I stopped buying is takeout. And if you follow me on Instagram, you're going to tell me, Murray, you're lying, because we see you ordering takeout all the time. And so the way we do it here in this household is we try to order takeout when we have something to celebrate. An actual something, not just that we got through the week, because otherwise it's a never-ending story. But so when we have like a birthday to celebrate, one of us, when, you know, someone did really good at their review, or, you know, whatever it is, then we allow ourselves to order takeout, but we try to limit it, because ever since I lived in the US, that is something that kind of stuck with me, like ordering takeouts and just eating out, or, you know, that's just something that kind of became like a bad habit for me. So we try to be very, you know, conscious of that, and we try not to do it a lot, because even though you order, you know, for like not that much money, it's still a lot of money that you could put into something else. So that's something that we kind of got carried away last year, but this year we were like, okay, we need to have a plan. We're not doing this anymore, because it's so much money every month that we could put into something else. Now, another thing is we actually don't have TV, we don't have cable, we don't have an actual TV, so we don't pay for this. That's as simple as this. To be honest, I probably will never have TV again. Like, you can get so much through, we have like streaming services, so like we have like Prime, for example. You get so much out of this, and I don't really watch the news because it's just depressing anyways. So I don't want to get a TV or a cable just to be able to watch the news. And nowadays you get the news like everywhere. You can watch the news channels online. You can even watch TV online. So why would you pay for like cable when you have all these other options out there for cheaper? So yeah, we just don't own a TV, and we don't pay for cable or, you know, anything else that, you know, people have here. I don't really know because we didn't really look into it. But yeah, and so I imagine that saves us a lot of money, because when I see how much we pay for the internet, it's probably a lot of money. Now, another thing that I don't do anymore is impulse buying at the store, whether it's the grocery store or another store. I used to be like, you know, if I went into a store and I liked something, I would buy it, even if it was something that I, you know, didn't plan to buy. But now I'm a lot stricter, but also I think it's just became a habit now, so I don't really think about it. I don't buy really anything that's not on my list or that I didn't come for. So when I go into a store, I go into the store with a purpose, and if they don't have what I'm looking for, then I don't get anything else, and I just get out and check another store. Not that that's happened, you know, in the past year or so. But yeah, I think impulse buying is really something, if it's something you're struggling with, it's a good place to start when you're trying to save money, because, you know, I've realized that anything I've ever bought that was an impulse buy, I just never used, or I just never really like read if it was a book or anything, because it wasn't thought through. And it's funny because the other day I posted on Instagram and I was like, what's something that you bought that you regret buying? And this girl, Claudia, if you're watching, hi, she was like, I bought a piano, like an electric piano at the beginning of 2020. I played it once and then never touched it again. And I was like, yeah, that was probably an impulse buy, and you know, that's just how it goes. So I try to stay away from those. So now another thing that I stopped buying is regular period pads. So I actually didn't stop buying them completely. I still buy them like at the store every now and then, but I do have reusable period pads and period underwear that I use, which, you know, are an investment, but in the long run it saves you a lot of money. So even though I still buy regular pads, I buy a lot less of them and they last me a lot longer. And in the same vein, we stopped buying baking paper, and we actually use reusable baking paper, which is amazing and works really well. I have to say, when I got it, I was like, I don't know, but it actually works really well. I have two different, you know, kind of sheet of like reusable baking paper, and we've only used one so far because it just works really well and we don't really need to. But yeah, it's really good. And it's not like baking paper is, you know, cost a lot of money, but still, like, if you can try and replace things, you know, one at a time, then it saves you money in the long run. So I think it's a good way also to save money, to just try and replace, you know, single-use things by reusable things. And that takes me to the last thing I stopped buying to save money, and that is single-use anything. Anything that's just something that you're gonna buy and use once. Unless I can't do it any other way, I won't buy it, and I'll try to go for something that I can reuse instead. And a good example for this that anyone can do and that can actually save you, you know, quite a bit of money is when you go to the store, bring your own reusable bags instead of buying plastic bags at the store that you're just going to use maybe a couple times and then throw away, because that will save you money. Like, even though it's, you know, a plastic bag is only like a few cents or a few euros depending what store you're going to and like the quality of the plastic bag, whatever, it's still money that you're just throwing out the window, and it's better to just invest in reusable bags. And actually a lot of reusable bags you can get as like goodies, so you can, you know, try and get some here and there, but it's just better because at least it's a few euros here and there that you're, you know, saving, and that can actually make the difference at the end of the year. So yeah, these are the things that I stopped buying to save money. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If it's the case, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment or any questions that you have, or like anything you would like me to talk about when it comes to saving money and making money. And I will gladly read your comments and respond. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next week. Bye!